Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. We are back on the ladder with some warriors. Um, didn't really think this little series, if you want to call it that, would get a whole lot of views, but you guys have been watching the hell out of it, so thank you all, first and foremost. Really just started this because I like making YouTube videos. Once it gets a little bigger, I'll be doing more of the streaming on Twitch as well. But yeah, so thank you all for continually watching these things, and if you keep doing that, I'm just going to keep putting them out. I have no plans to stop uploading every day, so I'll just keep doing that until I'm dead, I guess. Alright, so we see Upstart. We are playing essentially the same deck as the last two videos. The only change I made was swapping the giant Trunade in the side for a My Body as a shield. We're pretty much going to be bringing that in almost every matchup. People love to... probably just the Blade Knight here. People love to side in battle traps against warriors, so... I think My Body as a shield could be an interesting thing. I have been recording for about 45 minutes tonight already, actually, and none of that's going to be on YouTube because it just all disconnects from opponents, which is unfortunate, but I did get to use the My Body as a shield to win a game already tonight, so I'm pretty hyped about that card. I've always been a big fan of it anyway, so... Alright. Do we have the Dust Shoot opponent? We don't, so let's just throw off this Pot of Greed. Okay. I like the Solemn Judgment. I do think I am just going to throw off this DD Warrior Lady. I'm not going to want to protect it with a Judgment, so I don't think there's any real reason to wait here. Let's just attack in. Be aggressive. Okay. We set Mirror Force, set Solemn Judgment. Pass the turn. We'll see if some of this is like spell trap removal. Yep. We do see an MST to hit the Judgment. That's fine. And we have one back row. It is Undetermined. I would imagine it's not a battle trap. Oh. So it is Reasoning. So we're just calling 8 here. I've got a Mirror Force to sort of help with almost everything. If it is a Jinzo, then I have Snatch Steel. Also, Jinzo can't... Whoa! With Wing Blast? Is this like water control? That's pretty hot. That is a deck that is on the consideration list for Meme Deck Monday for sure. I had one of those lists built that actually was built sort of around Levia Dragon, which is a level... Is it an 8? Hold on. I remember, I don't know if that's actually on YouTube, I said that I was calling a certain number because I wanted to account for that card, and then I called the wrong number and I lost to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a 7, so could still call 8. Yeah, I think I'm still just gonna call 8. I don't want to get got by D-Mach. Can't be Aqua Spirit. Keep going. I don't think my opponent knows how this interaction works. So many different rulings for this. Mind if I look it up? You keep going. Okay, so it does look like it's water control, which is pretty sweet. This is not what I was expecting tonight. Okay, you've got a tribe infecting virus. I would imagine DD Warrior Lady's gonna eat shit, and then I'm gonna Mirror Force. Imagine we're calling Warrior here. Just put her in the yard. Yeah. I did make one person actually name the type one time because they were being really salty. I wonder if that's a decree. That could very well be a decree. Though we haven't... They are playing actual traps, though, so... Maybe it's not decree. Well, I mean, we've seen Jar of Greed, Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast, and Call. There could still be decree in the deck. I know a lot of Reasoning Gate decks opt to just side the decree, which makes a whole lot of sense whenever you're playing, you know, Heavy Storm, triple Giant Trunade. You don't really need decree. And you can bring it into the matchups that is like Super Hoses. Just gonna set the knock, I think. There's this deck bricks a lot, so there's a good chance that I could get extra value out of this Delinquent Duo. And like I'm at 9,000, it's fine. This deck also just kind of wants to play all of its cards that it can each turn. So there's a good chance that the card that they have in hand isn't like super relevant right here anyway. Premature Burial. So I guess it was a card that's good right here. Okay. I have a Snatch Steal though, so not too worried about things here. Yeah, we're just getting the Abyss Soldier. That's fine. I've got a lot of life to play with. Kooks Majooks. Okay. I don't hate Kaiku here. I'd imagine that's not a battle trap. Could be like a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. So maybe I'm just going to go back on what I said earlier and I'm just going to Delinquent Duo. It's 1-for-1 the hand here. Whoa. Okay, well you're dead. So that's cool. Yeah, Judgment's good. Pay half of your life points, please. Down to 2350. Okay. Normal summon Kaiku. Snatch your Abyss Soldier. I will have game 1, please. Unless there's a random Kuribo. Okay, so this is a matchup we're not going to side in. My Body as a Shield against. It's kind of wild, though, that they have Judgment in this deck. Okay. So this is interesting. So, like, they're playing a Legendary Ocean, so I really like to have the Dust Tornadoes, but they're also a Reasoning Gate deck, so I kind of don't. But they are playing Judgment. So... and more traps, so I think there's good reason, like, maybe we actually bring in both. I like Chaos Sorcerer a little bit too, I think. So, down to cut a Blade Knight, these. 7. Maybe we don't bring in all of the Dust Tornadoes. Book of Moon is good in case of Jinzo. We can side out the Magician of Faith, but that, what does it leave us on lights? 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe we leave in the Blade Knight. I think we have to leave in Heavy Storm and MST. So maybe we just don't bring in the Dust Tornado. And we find a way just to beat a Legendary Ocean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need to cut one more. Duo's really good here. Breaker? I don't hate that idea, actually. Cut the breaker. We go down a dark, but we're siding in a dark. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a lot. I don't know here. Honestly. Maybe I just side out the other Dust Tornado and we just kind of... Yeah, let's just side out the Dust Tornado. We can beat a Legendary Ocean, I think. Like, and it's not like the water aggro decks that are playing Giga, Gagagigo, or Terra King. Terra King Salmon? I think that's its name. So they're not like super duper reliant on Ocean being on the field all the time. Lose Call of the Haunted. I think we're just going to lose this Trap Dust Shoot. I could get rid of the Prima. Yeah, let's just throw the Prima to the yard. Dust Shoot plus Judgment here is, you know, a very good combination, especially against the combo deck. And the opponent does have 4 cards in hand, so there's a good chance that, you know, unless they play out a bunch of stuff here. Oh yeah, I didn't even think my opponent had that Judgment down whenever I Mirror Forced. Blade Knight, okay. I just want to summon the Kaiku over the Blade Knight. Blade Knight gets in for 2,000, but Blade Knight can also just like attack over Abyss. Yeah, let's just summon the Kaiku, because like I think I would rather it die than the Blade Knight, honestly. Blade Knight, I think, is, I don't know. It's a pretty marginal decision. Like, Kaiku's better later when the opponent already gets stuff in their graveyard. But say my opponent just like summons an Abyss Soldier here. I would rather them just bounce the Kaiku and then I could summon the Blade Knight and attack over it. And still have my Kaiku for later. Whereas if they just bounce the Blade Knight, then I just summon the Blade Knight again. And I guess that works out the same way. So I don't know. But maybe they're less likely to summon the Abyss Soldier. I don't know. We'll see what Trap Dust Shoot brings here. Oh, they're got Kaiku? Okay. And Soul Release. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, we'll send the Kaiku back, since that's the one card that we can send back. If they Heavy Storm here... Heavy Storm meta would actually be pretty good. It would -1 them on the Heavy Storm. So maybe they're actually deterred from doing that. That'd be nice. I'd love for them to just go Metamorphosis. But obviously if they have a Solemn Judgment down, then that's not good for me. But meta. Okay, I'm just going to Judgment that. If they have a Judgment down of their own, cool. No, you still sacrifice. Okay, so now they just have Soul Release, Heavy Storm in hand, neither of which are doing anything. So that's pretty cool. Not sure what this set is, but... Oh, that's a BLS. And conveniently, we have Dark Light. Okay. Do you have a Mirror Force now? Now, I have no clue what that back row is. It could be another Scapegoat, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they would have set that there. Could be a Jar of Greed. Yeah, could be a Jar of Greed that they're just holding on to. Could be some nonsense card. Speaking of, I wish the spiritual arts were in GOAT. I think those cards are awesome. And just personally a big fan of them. Not really scared of a lot here, I guess. Like tribes. Okay, so it's a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. That's fine. We drew Terraforming. So we're going to hold on to Heavy Storm and Soul Release. Okay. Deal. So I'm just going to summon Blade Knight. And attack you for 3,800. So opponent has to draw something really, really good here. Just double check the graveyard. Yeah, nothing in there. You're up. Well, that certainly counts as something really, really good, I guess. I'm just gonna name 8. Oh, well, put that in the wrong spot. Me doing that while trying to record a video. Name a more iconic duo. Okay. Kaiku. Kaiku is fine. Like, they can crash if they want to, but that's not a big deal. I still have Blade Knight. And draw any monster off the top for lethal. I guess not any monster. Let's not say that. Exiled Force, certainly not lethal here. Most monsters off the top for lethal. There we go. Give me a big one. That's what she said. Or he. Or they. We don't discriminate here. Okay. Yep. Trade Kaikus, not a big deal. We know the back row is a blank, so let's set this trap Dust Shoot. Attack you for 2,000. Put it down to 1,200. We're looking pretty good here. Don't draw another Reasoning. Heavy Storm is fine. So they at least drew something that they can play, I would imagine. They're not scooping it up and they're activating their Heavy Storm. Okay, yeah. I have BLS. Just gonna go ahead and show it so they know they're dead. Yep. Okay, we beat the water control reasoning gate deck. So that's pretty cool. We're about to get up into the 700, so maybe we'll start playing against more real decks. But yeah, no, we'll certainly be back for another round. All right, we have a second match. I'm just kind of picking these at random here. My arm is just out of reach of the all-knowing die. So, I am left alone to choose between rock, paper, scissors by myself. Alright, don't want to throw off the Graceful Charity here, so I think we're just gonna... Do you want to set the Mirror Force to protect the Blade Knight? Probably. It kind of likes just, like, Dust Shoot, Dust Tornado, though. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully the Dust Shoot will be able to protect the Blade Knight. And then Dust Tornado, like maybe my opponent T-sets here. think... So if I let them keep the Magician of Faith while they have a Graceful Charity in hand, I think that kind of sends a message. So I kind of just want to send it back. I have Sakuretsu and Dust Tornado in the main over there. So this could be like a return strategy. So in that case, I actually want to send the let's just send the Dekoichi back. This kind of sends a message that I do have like a Nobleman of Crossout or something here. But seeing Dust Tornado and Sakuretsu in the main makes me think that it could be a return strategy. And I'd rather not knock the Dekoichis. I'd rather knock the Magician of Faith. I also just have a Blade Knight, so it could also not send a message to my opponent. But they have a Graceful, so we'll see what happens with it. They're throwing it off here. Not waiting for Thunder Dragon or Sinister Serpent if they do have those in their deck. There's still a chance, of course, that it's not a return deck and they could have those cards. But we'll see. Scoot up a little bit here. Get rid of the Dust Tornado and a Metamorphosis. Okay. Okay, so it could just be just like regular goat control. That makes some sense as well. Duo was a good pickup for them. Okay, we lose the Mirror Force. And I guess I'm going to get rid of the Knock. So we know they still have Torrential, Sakuretsu, and Magician of Faith. Okay. We can beat that combination. Oh yeah, we can definitely beat that combination now. Okay. Just gonna set the Sakuretsu and attack with the Blade Knight. Hopefully they didn't draw a Spy. It's a Sangan, okay. Tsukuyomi's fine. Not too worried about that. So their hand is Tsukuyomi, Torrential, Magician of Faith. Okay. Just pass the turn. Again, like, I don't really like throwing off Graceful when it's the only card in my hand, if I can help it. Yep, this is fine. Get rid of that Tsukuyomi. Yep. I mean, that could just be a Torrential to take care of this Blade Knight, but I don't really care, right? I guess I kind of do care. Because then they just get to set the Moth. They could draw something that can attack over the Blade Knight, of course. But I kind of don't hate this play. Just sit here and wait. And now we draw a Pot of Greed. That's very nice. Okay, well now I have Knock. So yeah, let's just flip some in Blade Knight. It's probably going to get Torrentialed here. If it doesn't, you know... Okay, that's fine. Set Judgment. Set Knock. Let's get in there for 2,000. Again, I'm just not throwing off this Graceful Charity just yet. We're going to hold on to that until it's a little bit more useful. I have Solemn backup. I have a Knock if they want to set anything, like, because if they're setting in front of the Blade Knight at this point, it's going to be something that's not the Magician of Faith, I would imagine. Something that could soak up the attack. Another Tsukuyomi. I don't think Torrentialing here makes a whole lot of sense. Could just Judgment. I still don't have a light in the yard. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm going to Judgment the Tsukuyomi. That's a card that I have to end up judgmenting a lot. Okay, well, we're not going to run into Torrential Tribute here. I definitely could fish for an MST. Is that worth it? Probably. What else could we hit here? We could hit like another Solemn Judgment or something. Yeah. I think now is a fine time to use it. Heavy Storm. I don't really like the idea of Heavy Storm here either. I kind of want to hold on to the Kaiku though, so we probably, yeah. Let's just get rid of Rhoda and Sasuke. Let's set Heavy Storm. Attack with the Blade Knight. Get him down to 3,000, and then hopefully next turn, hopefully what they're going to do is just like set a monster pass and hope to live, and we can just like knock Heavy Storm, Kaiku kill. Tribe. Tribe is fine. Night Assailant. Do they even have a flip in the yard? They don't. Okay. Alright, Blade Knight down. That's fine. So we still know about the Magician of Faith in hand. That's their only card in hand, right? I'd be perfectly fine with them throwing off Torrential here. Man, Tribe was a good draw. Okay. That's fine. Because we know this card in hand is Magician of Faith, so if they draw something to summon, we have an answer with Torrential. They're just going to set them off, which we can take care of. BLS. That's big game. Okay. So we'll just knock them off here. Gotta remember to get mine out of the deck. Would technically be cheating if I didn't, even though I have game here. Activate Heavy Storm. So this is like a chaos control. Ah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can't Torrential here. Yeah, I'm gonna summon the BLS. Just attack over two of these. If I draw a monster, then we're in good shape. I have Book of Moon to protect from a Snatch Steal or something. Also protects against Thousand Eyes Restrict. So didn't account for the Scapegoat there, but I think going for the aggressive play there is perfectly fine. See what they have. Of course, we don't know about any of their cards at this point. Having a big think. DD Warrior Lady. I'm gonna Book a Moon that. So I really want to keep my BLS here. Reaver. 2 defense. Let's just set the Spirit Reaper and pass. Alright, so now we have to Fade, Snatch, Steal, Metamorphosis. I guess meta for the BLS just puts us in a game where we both just kind of sit here for a little bit. Okay. Well, that can force a draw if we need to. I still can't click on cards, but that's fine. If the opponent's going to keep setting monsters, obviously it keeps them in the game. But, okay, well now they're dead. So, thanks for playing. Alright. It's got game 1 there. Got a little interesting there at the end. I want all of these, and Compulse, I think, and that's probably it. I don't really think I want the Smashing Ground here. That's just not the way to fight Thousand Eyes Restrict, I don't believe. Certainly like all of these cards. We can side out 1 Blade Knight. Ugh. Dust Tornado can go out. This does look like Chaos Control. I'm not a big fan of Spirit Reaper in this matchup. Or Donzalug, to be honest. Let's see, 1 more. Like Book of Moon a lot. Mirror Force is just a powerful card, so I think we can get rid of the Saku. I think that's fine. Light count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. 6 if you count the BLS. Dark count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not amazing, but I think it's fine. We also have extra lights because of Rhoda. Obviously, Rhoda can't get a dark now, but that's fine. I think Chaos Sorcerer is still worth bringing in the matchup. Just having an access to like another Chaos monster could be very good against Thousand Eyes Restrict and the like. Okay. Opponent has decided. I would imagine they decided to go first as well. Okay. Duo's not bad. Like to see that. Generally, I don't like to keep in Duo on the draw against like Chaos Turbo, but I think it's better against the control decks because they I was gonna say because they tend to keep a lot of cards in hand, but so does Turbo. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna fire off the Duo here. Just trying to think of my follow-up play here. No, I shouldn't have fired off the Duo. Okay, we got reset. Got way ahead of myself. I just wasn't thinking about the Trap Dust Shoot. I was thinking about my follow-up play, honestly. And just completely forgot about the Trap Dust Shoot here. I definitely should have set the Trap Dust Shoot first. And then do it on the next turn. Because you really want to Trap Dust Shoot your opponent just to take out any like potential Thunder Dragon, Sinister Serpent, which more likely Sinister Serpent in this case. But I didn't do that. And didn't get punished for it, but you know, it is still a thing that could come up. Also, like my opponent could have MST in their hand to activate. Okay. So we're going to get the Trap Dust Shoot off here. Our back row is a Solemn Judgment. The Snatch Steal. I don't really care about the Snatch Steal. I would probably just Solemn that, to be honest. Man. I think we're taking Tsukuyomi here. That could be playing with fire since my opponent drew Pot of Greed. I could just... If I take Tsukuyomi... I really have to deal with this Magician of Faith. But I have two answers to it already. Let's just take the Tsukuyomi. Now the question is, do I Solemn this Pot of Greed? Then my opponent just takes the Blade Knight. I don't think I'm allowed to Solemn Judgment here, as much as I would like to. My opponent snatches the Blade Knight. They put me very low on life. I think I have to Solemn the Snatch Steal, though. Oh, Premature Burial. I can't allow the Jinzo. That was a good one. Yeah. Alright, basically I need to draw MST or Heavy Storm. Graceful Charity. Okay. That's a start. I guess I need to gain my 1,000 first. Pot of Greed. Okay. Let's get rid of Rhoda and... Man, Moth is good here. So is Sakuretsu. I guess Saku's not as good. Yeah. Let's just bend the Saku. We have a chance to hit something off this Pot of Greed as well. Trap Dust Shoot Torrential. That's terrible. Okay. We'll try again next turn, I guess. After my opponent gets to activate a Pot of Greed off of their Magician of Faith. I guess I could just... I don't think I could not set the Faith. Like, and I'm not going to Torrential here. Let's be real. Oh, they could just get back... Premature Burial. Which would kill me, but I still don't think I'm supposed to Torrential here. Because then they just have open line to everything. Okay. They're not going for the Prima play. Going for Pot of Greed, which we can just kind of Dust Shoot afterward. So now we get Dust Shoot access, so that's pretty nice. Oh, our opponent's hand, fucking Call of the Haunted for Jinzo is annoying. But I mean, we'll just kind of see how this goes here. We're certainly not dying right now, so that's a good start. Though Call for Jinzo is going to be pretty big. So it is actually coming back to hurt me a little bit. That I didn't set the Trap Dust Shoot first, because I could have gotten rid of my opponent's Jinzo and then duoed them. Now the question is, do I want Graceful or Pot? I think we're going for Graceful, because it digs a little deeper, and we're kind of looking for something specific here. Heavy Storm being the best card, MST being a card that keeps us alive. Okay, Call of the Haunted. Not the best, but that's what the Graceful Charity is here for. So we know, yeah. Draw King Tiger. King Tiger's not going to do it. Prima doesn't do anything here. That Blade Knight's at 2,000. I could summon King Tiger and activate Torrential. If my opponent... No, if my opponent responds with Call, then I can't Book of Moon the Jinzo in response. I think I'm just kind of screwed no matter what I do here. Yeah. They're just going to get back the Jinzo and they're going to kill me with it. Okay. So we see more things that make me want Smashing Ground. Jinzo's a pretty good reason to have Smashing Ground in the deck. We can take out Sakuretsu. I usually like having... Yeah, I think I still like having the level 2. Maybe we cut the Call of the Haunted. Knowing the Jinzo's a possibility here. I don't hate that. Sure. I definitely still like the Kaikus. We did see Sakuretsu's, which makes me want my body as a shield, which I also don't hate. But I also like all of the cards that are already in here. I still think the Mirror Force is fine. Well, this isn't great, but it's okay. I guess, like, we're not going to be dying anytime soon. That's for sure. Just set the 3 and pass. I don't mind protecting these from a heavy storm with a Solemn Judgment here if I have to. Obviously want to get the MST down for opponent setting a Scapegoat or something. DD Warrior Lady. I'm going to let that go because that's just a good Smashing Ground target. Kind of wish I'd sided the Dawn back in with these Smashing Grounds, but it's fine. Oh, just nothing? Okay. Oh, King Tiger. That's a very good draw. Alright, so let's summon King Tiger. Smashing Ground the Didymus Warrior Lady. Just get in there for 17. And pass the turn. My opponent didn't do anything last turn, so... see what they've got for us this turn. Mm-hmm. 2 back row. Alright, let's just snipe one of them. Torrential. Okay. Alright. How aggressive do we want to get here? Because I could go get a Blade Knight. And we could put a 2-turn clock on the board. Torrential's gone. So, like, the only card I really have to fight over is Mirror Force. And if that's a Saku, I'm likely going to Solemn Judgment the Saku to protect my King Tiger anyway. So let's Rhoda. DD Warrior Lady is also a 2-turn clock here. Is that better than Blade Knight? It's good against Tsukuyomi, but I have King Tiger, which is also the best against Tsukuyomi. Let's just get Blade Knight. It's the biggest thing. Here's my Blade Knight. Okay. Set the Dust Shoot. Yeah. Oh, they're just going to show me that they're going to take it, so I don't even have to guess if I need to attack with King Tiger or not. That's pretty nice. Pass the turn, I get to dust shoot for perfect information. We love this. Dueling Book is just giving everybody some fits tonight. Okay. Trap dust shoot. I was hoping it didn't like lag to the point where my opponent got to the main phase and they started playing a bunch of cards and it didn't give me the chance to dust shoot here. Okay, well this is easy, right? We just take the Sinister Serpent. My opponent sets Tsukuyomi. Yeah. And then they think they have a Raigeki break to take care of something, and they don't. Because I have Solemn Judgment. But this, man, they have Mind Control? I guess they saw the Magician of Faith game too, but like Mind Control is a little... Oh. Well, I'm going to Solemn Judgment that, right? And then we just live with Raigeki Break taking out one of my monsters. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's definitely taking out the King Tiger here. But that's fine. Just set this Mirror Force. Put our opponent at 600. So we don't have any... don't have any shenanigans with... Oh. They kept the Mind Control over Metamorphosis. Interesting. Okay. I understand the reasoning. But I don't know about that. Because you could easily draw a 1 or something here. And that meta would be very good. Tsukuyomi's fine. Just gonna Mirror Force it. So now, yeah, I say that card in hand has to be something good because we know there's a Mind Control down. So yeah, those were some pretty good games. Again, that was a long match, so we're not going to be able to really get more than 2 in this video, which is a shame. But you know, some pretty good games there. Pretty happy about that. Didn't really get to see my body as a shield. Now that I see Raigeki break out of the opponent's deck, I wish I had sided it in over something, but my opponent had a control deck that was sort of attacking on a lot of different angles. So like the sideboarding, and I think you saw that when I was trying to decide what to do for game 2 and 3, was a little tricky, but I don't hate what we did. Though I'm certainly not sold that it was 100% correct. The sideboarding that it did, but we're able to pick up a couple of wins. We are now at we're in the 700s, so hopefully I don't screw that up when I'm playing off off camera a little bit tomorrow if I decide to do that. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out and for watching the videos. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you for the next one.